Those are the 6 simple postures that have kept Japan strong and pain-free, even after the age of 70. Japan doesn't just have people living past 100. They have 95,119 centenarians who remain active, independent, and mentally sharp. Compare that to the United States, where healthy life expectancy often ends at age 66, followed by about 12 years of medications, medical procedures, and gradual loss of independence. The Japanese are not just adding years to life, they are adding quality to those years. And this does not happen because of some miracle drug or perfect genetics. Since 1928, there has been a national program in Japan where people of all ages gather every morning to perform a series of simple calisthenic exercises accompanied by music. It's not high-impact cardio or weight training, just simple, gentle postures that take about 15 minutes. What you are about to see is not theory. This is a system that has been proven effective across an entire country for nearly 100 years. These are not complicated movements that require special equipment or perfect flexibility. They are simple postures that work in harmony with your body's natural design, not against it. Today, I will detail exactly these movements and show you how to adapt them to your body, your routine, and your current fitness level, because the goal is not just to live longer, but to live better. Let's start with the first movement, which is the foundation for all the others we will see today. The Shikodachi, spelled S-H-I-K-O-D-A-C-H-I, which can be translated as sumo stance or 4-point stance. This movement has its roots in Japan's national sport, sumo, which has been practiced for over 1,500 years. Sumo wrestlers use this position to develop the extraordinary leg strength and stability that characterize these athletes. Now, before you say, "I can't squat," hear me out. This is not the deep squat you might be imagining. It is a wide stance that works in accordance with your body's natural mechanics. Place your feet wide apart, about twice shoulder width, with the toes pointed outward at a 45-degree angle. Then, slowly lower your hips as if sitting between your legs. Keep your back straight, chest open, and hands resting on your thighs for support. What makes Shikodachi so powerful is how it activates muscle chains that modern life has switched off. This position works the quadriceps, glutes, and inner thigh muscles intensely. Exactly the ones you need to stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and maintain balance. But here's the fascinating detail. Biomechanical studies show that this stance activates more muscle fibers in the legs than the conventional squat. In addition, the hip opening achieved with this position is crucial. Over the years, it's natural for our hips to become stiffer due to excessive sitting, and this leads to a series of problems: knee pain, back pain, and balance difficulties. Shikodachi addresses all of these issues by restoring the hip's natural mobility. Start by holding the position for only 20 to 30 seconds. Don't force it. Your body will gradually adapt. If you feel unstable, hold on to a sturdy chair or wall for support. The most common mistake I see is arching the lower back, which shifts all the work from the legs to the lower spine. That's why you should always keep your spine neutral. This next movement is called Nekowashi Dachi, spelled Nekowashi, which literally means cat's paw stance. This elegant position originates from traditional karate, developed by martial arts masters during the Edo period. The name comes from its resemblance to a cat about to pounce, light on its feet, alert, and ready for explosive movement. This exercise works on something that most people over 50 struggle with but rarely talk about: balance and stability. To perform it, stand with one foot forward. But here's the secret. You will support only the ball of the front foot, lightly touching the ground, exactly as a cat tests a surface with its paw. The back foot remains fully planted on the ground, supporting about 70% of your weight. Both knees should be slightly bent, with the hips facing forward. At first, it may feel strange, and that's exactly the point. Nekowashi Dachi forces often overlooked stabilizing muscles to engage. Your ankle muscles, deep hip stabilizers, and core must work in coordination to maintain balance. These are exactly the muscles that prevent falls and give you confidence to walk on uneven surfaces. The remarkable thing about this movement is how it strengthens the intrinsic muscles of the feet, the small muscles that form the arch and provide stability. Prolonged use of modern footwear and flat surfaces has weakened these muscles, but Nekowashi Dachi brings them back to life. If you're starting out, practice the stance next to a wall or sturdy chair for support. Hold it for 20 to 30 seconds on each side, then switch. The goal is not to be perfect immediately, but to gradually challenge your balance system. As you progress, try making small weight shifts between the front and back foot, or even slow arm movements while keeping the leg position. Now that we've worked on leg strength and balance, let's move on to something truly interesting. This next movement is what keeps the Japanese upright and with impeccable posture at age 80. We're going to work directly on your posture. This is Seiza, spelled S-E-I-Z-A, which can be translated as sit correctly or proper sitting. This traditional Japanese position dates back to the Muromachi period and became a fundamental element of etiquette in Japan. Historically, Seiza was practiced in traditional homes, with tatami flooring, especially during tea ceremonies, formal meals, and moments of meditation. The truth about posture after age 50 is that it doesn't depend solely on sitting upright or pulling your shoulders back. Real posture comes from the ground up. To perform it, kneel on the floor with your knees together, then fold your feet so the tops rest on the floor with your toes pointing backward. Slowly lower your hips until you are sitting on your heels. Your spine should remain naturally upright, not forced, but tall and relaxed. Seiza has a remarkable effect on the body. It deeply stretches the quadriceps and hip flexors, muscles that tend to become chronically shortened due to the habit of spending the day sitting in chairs. When these muscles are shortened, they pull the pelvis forward and create that forward hunched posture we associate with aging. But Seiza also activates the deep core muscles and spinal stabilizers. Unlike sitting in a chair where the back muscles can relax and weaken, this position requires active engagement of the postural muscles. It's like a gentle strengthening session for the muscles responsible for keeping you upright. If Seiza causes discomfort in your knees, place a firm cushion between your heels and hips to reduce pressure. Start practicing for 30 seconds to 1 minute and gradually increase to 3 to 5 minutes. You can practice Seiza while watching TV, reading, or during moments of meditation. The key is consistency. Just a few minutes a day can bring lasting changes to your posture and flexibility. Now, building on this postural foundation we've just established, let's move to the next level with a movement that will completely transform the way you think about core strengthening. This is Zazen, spelled Z-A-Z-E-N, which literally means seated meditation. This ancient practice of Japanese Zen Buddhism goes beyond simple meditation, becoming a powerful isometric posture that originated in Zen monasteries during the Kamakura period. This position was held by monks for hours of daily meditation, simultaneously developing mental and physical strength. Most core exercises completely ignore the deep stabilizers, the very ones that matter most for daily life. To practice, sit on the floor with your legs crossed. If possible, place each foot on the opposite thigh in the lotus position, but if that's not comfortable, a simple cross-legged position works just as well. The key point is spinal alignment. Imagine an invisible string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Keep your shoulders relaxed and open and your chin slightly tucked. Zazen deeply activates the spinal stabilizing muscles, especially the multifidus and the transverse abdominis. The core remains constantly engaged to maintain an upright posture, while the legs undergo an intense stretch of the quadriceps, hip flexors, and adductors, while also strengthening the deep postural muscles. Recent neuroscience studies show that Zazen, when combined with mindful breathing, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol levels and promoting cellular regeneration. Regular practice improves hip flexibility and strengthens the deep muscles of the spine. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of Zazen, using a firm cushion under the hips to slightly elevate the pelvis. This helps with spinal alignment. Focus on breathing deeply and naturally while keeping the spine elongated. Do not force your legs into painful positions. Hip flexibility will improve over time, so work within your comfort range. We're getting close to the end, but the next movement may be the most challenging of all. Don't worry, it's also one of the most rewarding. This is Kibadachi, spelled Kibadachi, which literally means horse riding stance. This position has ancient origins in Japanese martial arts, especially karate. It was used by samurai during training to strengthen the legs and core, preparing them for long battles where stability was crucial. The name comes from its resemblance to the posture taken when riding a horse. This movement specifically works through years of accumulated hip stiffness while developing impressive leg strength. To perform it, place your feet parallel and spaced approximately shoulder width, plus 1 extra foot apart. Bend your knees and lower your hips as if sitting in an invisible chair. The feet should remain pointing forward, fully grounded. Keep your back straight, core engaged, and arms relaxed at your sides. Kibadachi is extremely effective for working the leg muscles, especially the quadriceps, adductors, and abductors of the thighs. It also intensely activates the glutes, hip stabilizers, and core. More than just strengthening muscles, Kibadachi significantly improves the body's lateral stability, something often neglected in conventional exercises. Biomechanical studies show that this stance develops balance and proprioception, the ability to sense your body's position and movement in space, reducing the risk of falls. The position also promotes better alignment between hips and knees, helping prevent common joint problems. Start practicing Kibadachi for 20 to 30 seconds, performing 3 sets with rest intervals between them. As endurance increases, extend the time to 1 to 2 minutes per set. Japanese martial arts masters often hold this stance for 5 minutes or more. If balance is a concern, practice near a wall for support. Focus on keeping the weight evenly distributed and avoid letting the knees collapse inward. Now for our final movement, we're going to combine all the principles we've learned, providing a practical way to track your progress over time. This last exercise is not traditionally Japanese, but represents the perfect fusion of Japan's ancestral wisdom on sustained postures with modern discoveries from Japanese sports science. This technique gained extraordinary popularity in modern gyms since the 1980s and is often incorporated into specialized training programs. This movement integrates all the previous patterns and tests how well you've been able to apply each of them. To perform it, stand with your back against a flat wall. Keep your feet about 30 centimeters, 12 inches, away from the wall and shoulder width apart. Slide down the wall until your knees form a 90-degree angle, as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. Your knees should be aligned above your ankles without moving past your toes. This stance works the quadriceps intensely and also significantly engages the glutes, hamstrings, and core. Unlike dynamic squats, the isometric wall version maintains constant tension, promoting greater muscular endurance and recruiting slow-twitch muscle fibers, essential for postural health. Recent studies show that this posture improves knee joint stability, reducing the risk of common injuries. Prolonged isometry also stimulates muscle capillarization, improving blood circulation in the legs. Research indicates that regular practice helps maintain bone density, which is crucial in preventing osteoporosis. Start by holding the wall squat for 30 seconds and gradually increase until you can sustain it for 2 to 3 minutes as you gain strength. Keep your breathing steady throughout the exercise. If you notice you're holding your breath, You're probably pushing harder than necessary. An interesting adaptation, popularized by Japanese trainers, is to add a soft ball between your knees, gently squeezing it during the exercise. This variation activates the thigh adductor muscles more intensely and promotes better knee alignment. Now that you've learned all 6 movements, you're probably wondering how to put them together into a routine that truly fits your life. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Here's what makes these Japanese movements so smart. They don't require a gym membership, any equipment, and they carry minimal risk of injury. They're just gentle movements that truly work. Japan has already proven that consistency beats intensity every time. It's just 2.5 minutes that completely change how your body will feel for the rest of the day. In the evening, focus on releasing tension and building strength. Start with 1 minute of Shikodachi to open your hips after a day of sitting. Move to 1 minute of Kibadachi to develop deep leg strength. Finish with 2 minutes of wall squat. This will be your progress marker. As you get stronger, you'll be able to hold this position for longer. It's just 4 minutes that will help you sleep better and wake up with less stiffness. Now here's how to progress safely without overloading your body. In the first and second weeks, you'll be in the foundation phase. The focus should be on learning the positions correctly rather than holding them for long periods. Don't worry about having perfect form right at the start. Your body needs time to adapt to these new movement patterns. In the third and fourth weeks, start increasing the duration. Add 15 to 30 seconds of holding time each week. The goal isn't to match what a sumo wrestler can do, it's to be stronger than you were last week. From the second month onward, this is where it gets interesting. You can start adding variations, gentle movements within the positions, combining stances into flowing sequences, or increasing the challenge by closing your eyes during balance postures. Always remember to listen to your body's signals. There will be days when you feel stronger and want to push yourself. On others, simply holding the basic positions will be ideal. The Japanese concept of Kaizen, meaning continuous improvement through small steps, applies perfectly here. Here's the thing. The Japanese haven't discovered a magical fountain of youth. Want to know more Japanese secrets? If the number of comments reaches 100, I'll reveal a new Japanese secret that most people in Japan practice every day, but no one in the West knows about. Bonus exercise 7, Nekowashi Dachi. Inspired by Japanese martial arts, especially karate and aikido, the Nekowashi Dachi, or crane stance, is a one-legged balance exercise that deeply challenges and strengthens the stabilizing muscles while also improving proprioception and coordination. The name comes from its resemblance to the posture of a crane standing still, motionless, yet ready to move at any moment. It is a position of focus, control, and stability. To perform it, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Choose one leg to bear all your body weight and lift the other, bending the knee and bringing the thigh up until it is parallel to the ground. The foot of the lifted leg should remain relaxed without tension. The arms can hang by your sides or extend out to the sides to help with balance. Keep your core engaged and your gaze fixed on a point ahead to improve stability. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. For beginners, it is recommended to practice near a wall or chair, using light support if you feel unstable. To increase the challenge, try closing your eyes or slowly moving your arms overhead while holding the position. Another variation is to raise the bent leg higher so that the knee is above hip level, which demands more strength from the quadriceps and core. The most common mistake is leaning the torso forward or backward to compensate for loss of balance, which takes away proper core activation. It's also common to see the supporting foot rotating outward, which affects hip and knee alignment. The benefits go far beyond balance. Nekowashi Dachi strengthens the deep muscles of the feet, ankles, hips, and core, helping to prevent falls and improve stability when walking on uneven terrain. It is also an excellent training exercise to boost confidence in daily movements, such as climbing stairs, picking objects up from the floor, or changing direction quickly. Bonus exercise 8, Hiza no Bai. Hiza no Bai is a traditional gentle bending posture that mobilizes the knees, ankles, and feet, stimulating circulation and preserving the flexibility of the lower joints. Historically, similar movements were used in Japan as part of body preparation practices before physical activities or martial arts, helping to lubricate the joints and maintain range of motion. To perform it, stand with your feet together or slightly apart. Gently bend your knees and lower your hips a few centimeters as if starting a partial squat. Place your hands on your knees, keeping your torso slightly leaned forward, but with a straight back. From this position, make slow circular movements with your knees. First clockwise for 10 to 15 repetitions, then counterclockwise. For those who find it difficult, the movement can be performed while sitting on the edge of a chair, simulating the knee rotation with less load. To increase the challenge, keep your core engaged and add small heel raises during the rotations, also stimulating the calves. The most common mistakes include moving too quickly, which can strain the joints, and allowing the feet to move along with the knees, which reduces joint work. It is essential to keep your feet firmly on the floor with the weight evenly distributed. The benefits of Hiza no Bai include improved mobility in the knees and ankles, reduced morning stiffness, and increased blood circulation in the legs. Additionally, keeping these joints healthy helps preserve the ability to perform basic movements safely and comfortably, preventing pain and wear commonly associated with aging.